Hi, what are pacifiers and why are they important for understanding hidden body language signals? Pacifying behavior like twirling your hair, excessive yawning, neck covering, neck rubbing, nose rubs are all types of pacifiers. Pacifiers are important because pacifiers follow stressful events or stressful questions. So always look for a pacifier. Most untrained people misunderstand or misinterpret pacifiers as gestures for when somebody is lying. But the use of pacifiers is not that. Think of a pacifier as a hint to someone experiencing high anxiety or stress. It's important to observe someone when they display a pacifier. It should be a red flag in your mind, and you should ask yourself, what am I talking about here that causes stress for that person? Look out for pacifiers can only increase your chances of spotting deception. But be wise about how you word your next question, and you may be onto something. So we identified what we believe is a pacifying behavior. So what? What's next? How do we identify the problem? The next step requires careful observation and taking into account the whole picture. All you know is that the action of touching the face is a natural reaction that tries to suppress some negative feeling or event. Now your strategy should be looking for hot spots or specific movements, such as a negative hand gesture that can hint to the source of the problem. Some examples of covering the mouth is a natural reaction to hearing bad news. And there's no deceit here, but there is tension, there's fear, and perhaps sadness. However, when someone touches the mouth when asked a specific personal question, this normally indicates that the interviewee feels uncomfortable with answering the question. They might not be entirely open and honest with their answer. When you believe you hear a lie, you may frequently respond by touching yourself, but the exposure to hearing a lie puts you in an uncomfortable position. Your best strategy to uncover dishonesty is to continue to act normally and investigate further without accusing anyone or arousing suspicion that you're onto them. This way you have more opportunity to identify and confirm the hot spots just by casually asking follow-up questions when you identify a hot spot, and watch if your interviewee squirms. Now, tension. When we experience fear, frustration, anticipation, or restlessness, our bodies tense up and we build energy as part of the freeze, fight, or flight response. We prepare our bodies for an emergency reaction, but without a specific purpose. This energy creates impatience, and we waste it on meaningless activities like touching the face, drumming the fingers, tapping the leg, and many other useless actions. Hand gestures to the face is an example of tension. Behaviors such as biting fingernails, clasping the hands, maybe around the head, these reveal also types of emotional tensions. These are very comforting actions because they're reminiscent of our infancy period. You see, our parents held our heads in their arms and we sucked our thumb. Think about this, reminiscent of breastfeeding. That's why for many people, it's an automatic response for someone facing a lot of emotional stress. Some other examples of emotional stress are covering the face or parts of it usually come from shame, embarrassment, or for our own sake of someone else's, like when we hear an embarrassing story of a friend. The slapping of a forehead or the neck is a self-punishing act, usually for a crime of forgetting something. Think about it. Smoking is an alternative simulation of sucking your thumb. And pulling the lip, or alternative biting the lip, is a childish gesture, but it gives the impression of innocence. Bill Clinton loved to use this to arouse more sympathy towards him and his troubled times. Interestingly enough, biting the lip can be used as an arousing, flirtatious act because it, at best, is paternal or a maternal emotion. Whew, that was a long video series. But I believe we covered all the important concepts about hand gestures to the face, and now you know more than enough to get started to implement these tips and insights. But by dividing the hand gestures into categories, I hope it helped you identify and interpret the meaning of hand gestures much more easily. If you know the role, you know why they occur, and you should be able to respond to them more effectively. Understanding hand gestures is one thing, but mastering them is completely another. Knowing when and where to use them is a form of art. It plays a big part in every leader's body language arsenal, whether you are a manager, a politician, a military leader, or a teacher. Talking, as you saw, is not something done solely with the mouth, but with the whole body. Know how to manipulate messages you send, and you're the master of influence. So have fun, but be good. Check out our upcoming video about hidden body language signals. Leave a comment in the box below, and we'd love to hear your experiences about reading body language. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and have a fantastic day.